Yeah, that's right. You've seen those videos, a lot of those what do you call them? Reviews talking about guitar and tech and pickups, and then you hear the word coil split, coil tap, coil split, coil tap. I'll spare your TikTok brain for today. Good morning. Straight to the point. What I'm just trying to remind everyone, when it comes to pickups, right? Coil tap and coil split are not the same. When it comes to coil splitting, you can only coil split a humbucker, obviously. When you coil split, you just basically turn off one coil and then you leave one coil on. Get your single coil like sound. Coil tap, you can coil tap a single coil pickup, like a P90 or a Strat single coil. But that's impossible, it's only one coil. Yeah, it is only one coil. And you can tap. The difference between the coil tap and the coil split, the coil tap is if a pickup has 8,000 windings, a single coil, or a P90 has, let's say, 8,000 windings. Coil tap is when the manufacturer or the pickup maker sets it up so that you turn on the tap, the coil tap, and then it only uses, let's say, 4,000 coils. So you're basically running your pickup, your single coil or your P90 in half power. You can also coil tap, I believe you can also coil tap a humbucker. And I can kind of see utility for this. This is just I don't know. I'm sure there's going to be some pickup manufacturers out there that have already done this, because it seems like, I think it's a gap in the market, right? You coil tap a humbucker, let's say a hot humbucker, right? Like a 15K humbucker. And then you coil tap it so that it becomes like a more PAF style, like a 7.5K or something, PAF style, assuming it's got the correct magnets in there. Now, you still have the same humbucker sound, but with less output. You got like your high output, super high output humbucker, which is normally dark sounding. I think they're normally dark sounding when it's like around 15K. When you put it down to 7.5K, it becomes brighter. This probably, say you have an Alnico 5 or Alnico 2, that might work well, especially Alnico 5 because it's common. I'd like to see, I'm sure someone's selling, I'd like to find it, and I would like to try it out. Hey. Anyway, when it comes to splitting, if a pickup manufacturer sets up a pickup so that you can do both tap and split, that would be interesting, because it might not be that good, because number one, that idea that I mentioned before, you coil tap a humbucker, it goes from, let's say, 15K to 7.5K, and then you split it. Now you have like what, 3 point something K, 3.2K. It's a bit too low output, so it's probably not practical to do coil tap and coil split on a humbucker. So I reckon for a humbucker you do one or the other, or actually both, but people just won't use the both at the same time because it's going to be too low of an output, unless there's going to be some kind of gadget and the electronics on the guitar where you can, there's like a preamp or something that can boost your single coil tapped tone. Yeah. Splitted and tapped, so that you can have a more realistic Strat-like tone or single coil tone. And then for a for single coil, a P90 or a Strat, it'd be good to have like a hot P90 or hot single coil, and then you tap it so that it has a more vintage pickup type of output. This one is a Custom 24, and some of you don't like the pickups on the Custom 24, which is specifically they can come with different types of pickups, but this one comes with the HFS, the hot fat scream on the bridge, and then vintage bass in the neck. Most of you don't, some of you, I don't know the percentage, but some of you don't like these pickups. To be honest with you, it's okay. It's not as good as my Custom 22 with the 5815 pickups. This one the HFS kind of sounds, it's a high output ceramic, and it sounds like it does sound like it has a fat mid-range, but you need to put the treble up a little bit in order to balance the sound with the 5815, because you know, this one and this 24 and the 5815 are my mains, right? And be good to adjust the tone and so that they match, because that one sounds brighter, even though acoustically this sounds leaner, and that one sounds a bit more fatter, I suppose. It's got like a low mid fatness on the acoustic sound of it, but that one sounds brighter because of the 5815, and this one sounds like that fat, warmer, or duller sound, something like that. Anyway, this is the Rev G3, right? And let's see how it sounds. Coil split. Bridge pickup. And then we check out the I'll do the humbucker sound and then switch over to the single coil, the split, not the tap, the split. The split control, I think this is from the factory, but it's the split is here. I pull this thing up like that. And then the neck pickup. So tap and split, know the difference. They know that they're not the same, but here's the caveat though. Caveat? I can understand why people interchange the two. I get it. I get it. Because coil tap rolls off the tongue better than coil split. Coil split. Coil tap. Coil tap. Coil split. Coil split. Coil split. Coil tap. Coil tap. That's for the people who know the difference between the two. It's actually worse for them because they know, but they're probably doing it because of that reason. It's a more common term and it's easier to say. I get it. But for those of you who don't know, now you know. Now you know. So just a short one for your TikTok brains. Good morning and thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one, okay? I hope you learned something.